evening, Wellness Warriors. It's Empower Hour, the 1st of March. We're in March already, and it is freezing cold still outside. First day of spring, and I have got my blanket around me, keeping me nice and warm. So, Sunday evening, it's our chance to open up the conversation around mental health and wellbeing. And I am Carla Andrews from Motivated Minds with you this evening. So, I've got people already joining in. Give us a wave or say hello so I can see who you are, and we'll get on with our Sunday night. We'll give it a couple of minutes, giving people the chance to join in. But tonight we're going to be talking about growth mindsets. And I've now got a few more all joined in. The numbers are going up, 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 up. Good evening all. So be sure once you get comfy to pop by, say hello. And we will be starting in just a moment. In Empower Hour every week we discuss a certain theme at the very beginning, and then we go on to think about our wellness wins, what wellness wins we've had over the last week. Try and think of 3 for me, and we'll discuss them a little bit later. And then the second half of the hour is dedicated to our different cards. So we have Empower Me cards, we have our Affirmator cards, and we have our Stress Less cards. So, got to give out a big shout this week. Someone very kindly has bought some books for us off of our Amazon wish list. So a big thank you to whoever that was. It was greatly appreciated. Details can be found on our Support Us page on our website of all the varying ways that you can support us, everything from volunteering to a monthly direct debit subscription to just a one-off donation or buying from our Amazon wish list, or even fundraising. So many ways to support us, and big thank you to those that do. I've got 6 of you at the moment, and lovely Rob has already dropped by and said, "Hi all, Rocker Rob here." So it's Rob the Bass, and it's his birthday. Is it your birthday tomorrow, Rob? Rob's actually raising money for us for his birthday, which is super, super kind. So is it tomorrow, Rob, your birthday? I know it's early March. So how's everyone's Sunday been? It certainly has been chilly today. As I said, I've got my blanket around me, keeping me nice and warm. Do like my winter time snuggles on the sofa with my blankets. My friends come around my house and I'm a bit of a blanket queen. They sit on the sofa, they're throwing a blanket, and yeah, and so my rock band Petra Viva has raised £100 today. That's fabulous, Rob. That's really great. Fabulous stuff. Wickford Carnival yesterday donated a nice cheque to us as well. They've asked us not to discuss the amount, but it was a very generous donation, so we appreciate that. Southend Airport last week gave us £950, so that was a massive donation towards our running costs, or it might go towards our Well Youth. So our Well Youth Clubs, we need some musical instruments and some new sports equipment and stuff. So yeah, all the money goes straight into making a difference. Lovely Catherine has joined us tonight. I know Catherine's not well. We was chatting a little bit earlier, so I hope you're feeling a little bit better, Catherine, or if not, just taking it easy. So be thinking of your wellness wins, guys. I've got my granddaughter tonight. She's upstairs and she's not asleep yet, bless. I was trying to get her asleep before 8. It didn't work. So but she's all quiet at the moment, so that's good stuff. The lovely Lindsay's with us as well. Hi all. So you're all joining in. Right, I'm going to try something tonight I haven't done before. We're going to be talking growth mindsets, but I found a little video off of YouTube that I think explains it really well, and so much more eloquently than I can. But I'm going to play it via my phone so you guys can watch it. So, let's press play and see whether this works. Hold on.
Researcher and Professor Carol Dweck uses the term mindset to describe the way people think about ability and talent. Dweck delineates between two different mindsets that exist on a continuum. The first is the fixed mindset, which suggests that your abilities are innate and unchangeable. The second is a growth mindset, which views it as something you can improve through practice. In a fixed mindset, you view failure as permanent, but with a growth mindset, you see failure as a chance to learn and even pivot. Those with a fixed mindset are more likely to view critical feedback as a personal attack, while those with a growth mindset will see it as a chance to improve, where they can develop new systems. With a fixed mindset, you're more likely to choose easier tasks and put in minimal effort. After all, if talent is fixed, why bother improving? Why even try? But with a growth mindset, you're more likely to embrace challenging tasks and work hard to improve. Those with a fixed mindset are likely to give up when they face an obstacle. Meanwhile, those with a growth mindset will view obstacles as a chance to experiment and solve problems. In a fixed mindset, the focus is on measurable accomplishments. But with a growth mindset, the focus is more on a journey of continual improvement. With a fixed mindset, you're less likely to take creative risks. But with a growth mindset, creative risks are simply a way to innovate and improve. Ultimately, your mindset influences everything from creative risk-taking to how you view feedback to whether or not you finish difficult tasks. And in the end, it's one of the greatest factors in determining whether or not you grow and improve in your abilities.
So,
we'll start off with some peasant roles, okay? And I ain't doing no...
Stop all that. Right, okay. So, growth mindset versus fixed mindset. I would say that I definitely had a fixed mindset when I was, well, up until about 13 years ago, 12, 13 years ago. I always believed that certainly intelligence, you was born with it. And I had always felt stupid. So there was many things in life that I didn't bother studying because I knew I was stupid. I didn't bother applying myself because I knew I was stupid. And there was so much I wouldn't try because I never thought I could achieve it. So I had a very fixed mindset. And then about 12, 13 years ago, someone helped me shift my mindset by teaching me the skills to learn and teaching me that actually intelligence isn't fixed, and the more you practice, you start to see the benefits. At the same time, I graduated, and Matthew Syed, at the time he was doing a book tour, so he did our graduation ceremony, and he talked about his book Bounce, and I went out and bought it, and I remember in the first chapter it's saying about, are all the tennis table champions in England, are they all live in the same postcode? So is it that there's something about the special tap water? Is there a special tap water going into their houses? Or is it the fact that it was the only 24-hour table tennis club in the country? So that made a difference. So it made me start to realise that actually the power of practice and applying yourself. And as well as I started to read NLP, so neuro linguistic programming, and the power of the language that we use. And I remember one of the first words was about ending your sentence with, I can't do that yet. And I love the word yet. So I always throw that at people now when they say, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that. And I always say, well, you can't do it yet. Or you haven't found the way to do it yet. So we need to try and work out whether we've got a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. Now, on Carol Dweck, that video just pointed to the researcher that founded the theory of growth mindset, Carol Dweck. She has a website called Mindset Works, and on there is a quick survey that you can take to see whether you've got a fixed mindset or a growth mindset, and there's lots of resources on there as well. So it's a great website. It was originally used for students, so that's where her work started. So really interesting work. I'm working with a school at the moment, building their growth mindset program, both with the school and both with the staff and the students. So it's really great fun. So if we can start to change mindsets, it'll be really great. Especially as I see so many young people that really do beat themselves up if they've failed. We do see failure as such a bad thing in our society, in our culture. Where actually, I love the story of Thomas Edison. He took 10,000, or it's assumed he took 10,000 attempts to find to make the first working light bulb. Could you imagine trying something 10,000 times? But he turned around and he said, I didn't fail, I just found 10,000 ways that it didn't work. So fantastic attitude. I wouldn't have liked to been his wife though. Can you imagine her husband kept going in the shed going, yeah, it will work. So the reason that growth mindset is also so powerful is thanks to neuroscience. They've now realised the brain is a lot more malleable than we ever thought. So it was thought for a large amount of time that our brains were what we're born with is what we have for the rest of our lives. But in the last 20 years, research has found that the brain has what we call plasticity. So there was a case when I was doing my degree. For one of my modules, I studied epilepsy, and there was a young boy who was 6, and he had terrible epilepsy on one hemisphere of his brain. And his life quality was so poor that they actually made the decision to chop away one whole hemisphere of the brain. Now, the hemispheres work that the right hemisphere controls the left hand side of the body, and the left hemisphere controls the right side of the body. I can't remember off the top of my head what hemisphere they chopped out, but they assumed that he would lose all functioning down one side of his body. As I said, he was 6 years old, but the quality of life they determined would be better than what he had currently fitting every second, well, not every second of the day, but his fitting was really high, so they thought that chopping away half of his brain would give him a better life chance. Now, after 6 months after this operation, he started to regain his speech and regain movement from the opposite side. Now, this wasn't expected. What had happened is the neurons and the connectors had started to rewire in one side of his brain so it could control all of his body. Now, this was the first time that they had seen such a discovery within the neuroscientific world. So, and the neuro growth started to take hold. So they realised that brain plasticity for young children is particularly strong, but also it doesn't stop just with young children. It does go on to even old age. For a while they thought, oh, maybe it's just children that can completely rewire. Now they realise that actually adults can rewire their brains as well. Maybe not to the such extent as the younger you are, the easier. But even with stroke victims now, when somebody has a stroke, they want to get the body moving as soon as possible straight after, because the science of it is if you're getting the body moving, that's then stimulating the brain on that side and less damage is done. So again, that's the brain plasticity working. So that's, as I said, neuroscience in the last 20 years has really helped with our understanding of what we can be capable of, and that it's no longer fixed. So I find that quite interesting. I hope you do too. Maybe I've just waffled on way too much there, but you can Google all of that stuff. There's if you Google the boy with half a brain, I'm sure it'll come up somewhere, the study. You can look at research on stroke victims and getting them moving again. Just put in any of those words and I'm sure you'll see some studies. So our brains are rather magical. They have always said that we only use a very small percentage of our brains. There's been different quotes in different books, from everything from 10% to whatever, but I don't think we're done yet of learning about the brain. One thing though that I will always be sad about is I would love to jump forward to the future by 100 years and 200 years and 300 years to see just how much we can learn about the brain and what difference it makes to our daily lives. So because I just think that we haven't tapped into it all yet, and I'd love to see what the future brings in terms of us and our brains. If you think of how much has been achieved over the last 100 years, 120 years even, with our brains, it's quite magnificent. So, my wellness warriors, it's 8:20. The 1st of March. Spring! How did it get to spring already? I'm still freezing cold, and we had sleet this week over in Essex. So it's been a bit of a chilly one. At least it's been less windy, but lots of rain. And the rain has been quite torrential where we are in Essex. So, and I know that's affected a lot of people in getting out and their moods, and we want spring to come. So, but it isn't far around the corner. Hopefully another month and we'll start to feel a bit more warmth again, and the longer days. It is nice that I was out tonight at 5:45 with a friend, and they went, "Oh, it's 5:45 and it's still light." So it will make a massive difference on how we feel. But summer will be not far behind. So we're heading now out of winter, which will make a difference hopefully to how we feel. So, what have you guys been up to? What have been your wellness wins? Be thinking of 3 things over the last week that you can notch up as a wellness win. What has been a moment that you've thought, yes, I'm really grateful for this? Or where have you stepped out of your comfort zone and achieved? Or what little thing did you do that just helped you look after you? So share with me your wellness wins, guys. My 3, let's think. Um, I've worked 64 hours this week, so my wellness wins. My wellness wins. Well, it's got to be having my granddaughter tonight. I didn't pick her up till 6:30 because I was with a friend. So, but my granddaughter, having her overnight tonight is definitely a wellness win. Going out with a friend today, it wasn't somewhere I would typically go. It wasn't. It was a civic ceremony in a cathedral. The cathedral was beautiful, and my friend is always great company. So yeah, that was different. So I'm going to put down that as a wellness win because it's good to do something different and step out of your comfort zone. So that was definitely my second. And my third was again catching up with a friend after work the other night. Friends are important, so yeah, my 3 wellness wins. But I will say, I have got a cracking team behind the scenes at Motivated Minds, and it is an absolute pleasure every single day to be laughing and joking and going into work and having such a great team. So I'm going to put a big gratitude in there to my fantastic team. There's about 24 of us now behind the scenes of Motivated Minds, 24, 25 of us. And they're all really wonderful people that are all working, doing their bit to make Motivated Minds happen. And last month we supported 921 people, which I think is pretty amazing. So, and that wouldn't happen without the fantastic team that we've got behind us, from people doing delivery, from people doing our accounts, our HR, our fundraising, our marketing, promotional stuff, going to meetings. We're just super, super lucky. So when you do see anything of Motivating Minds, whether it's Facebook post or if you're out and about in Essex and you see Motivating Minds pop up, which I'm always told people will do, yeah, there's some fantastic people behind that making it happen. So, let me know your wellness wins. Chuck them in the comments below, and let me know what's gone well for you guys. As I said earlier, Rob has been fantastic and raised £100 with his band. His band Petra Viva. So that's an amazing amount of money to raise. I know that Rob has been raising money before for so many good causes out there. His band are fabulous. Last time, Rob, was you in Lee when you did a fundraiser? Where was you this time? Let us know. So, guys, how have you all been getting on? We've been doing all our normal sessions this week, as always. Cup of Kindness is growing in numbers. I did my first session of it Saturday because I was working in the shop this Saturday. It's a great program that our Jojo wrote and developed, and I got to sit with 9 customers as we did Cup of Kindness. We literally have a cup of tea, coffee, and we look at how we can alter our mood by challenging our thoughts and by putting in positive mental health tools. So yeah, a great session. Lindsay has said her wellness wins are took part in a sport course about creating games. Lindsay was buzzing about that on Saturday when I saw her, so that was fabulous. Number 2, having a safe night last night, even though Liverpool lost the football. I will say Lindsay is a Liverpool fan, so that can't be helped. Um, sorry, Lindsay. She does love her Liverpool. And cooked a chilli today. Very nice. Yum, yum. So fabulous wellness wins there, Lindsay. Rob has said 'twas Con Club in Lee. Excellent. That's Leigh-on-Sea, just near Southend. Beautiful part of the country. Old Leigh, I love Old Leigh. We used to do a lot of walks down there in the summer. We'll probably try and get some back this summer. We used to walk from Benfleet into Old Leigh along the estuary, Thames estuary, and you've got all the fish sheds where you can go and buy your fresh fish, and all the old pubs, and the it's just a beautiful part of the country, and you see all the boats. I love Old Leigh, and it's a great walk into Southend, and if anyone fancies that when the weather's a little bit drier, come and join us on a Sunday morning and we'll do that walk. Good evening, Claire. Claire's joined us. Hiya, Claire. And Lindsay said you're not getting any chilli now. Lindsay was making some dinner for us, and I suppose because I have insulted her favourite football team of Liverpool, not that I do football, but yeah, that's why she's now not going to give me any chilli. So, yeah, well, I'm not going to apologise, Lindsay. I'm sorry. I don't do football, and your team lost. What can I say? So, tell me when they've won. Tell me when they win a game. We've got, saying that, at the Happy Hub now, we've got quite a bit of sports equipment because our men's group have been repairing sports equipment. So we've got an elliptical water car, a spin bike, we're going to get a treadmill. So, and the kids, particularly the kids, are really loving it. So our Youth Club on a Tuesday has a lot of autistic children attend, from low functioning to high functioning, and they really, really love and use that equipment. So if anyone wants to get involved in our men's mental health programme, we're at the moment we're running one on bike repair and sports equipment repair. We're going to be starting another one in the summer, in spring, all around gardening, and we would really like to start one about photography. So if any of those 3 appeal to you and you fancy getting involved with a men's group, then let us know. That'd be fabulous. It is an absolute honour to be able to do so much for the community and get people joined together. It's been brilliant. So, and we're always looking at new programs, what we can develop. So there's something for everyone to choose from, no matter your age. So at the moment we do things like bowling nights, we do Cup of Kindness, we do our walks, we do exercise buddies, we have just drop in for ping pong, we have all sorts, but we're trying to always develop more. So because the numbers really are always going up. So if you've ever got a good idea of something you'd like to set up in either in Basildon, in Essex, or even if you're in the North Pole, I don't care where you are, but if you've got a passion to help support people and connect as a community to support mental health and well-being, then get in touch with us. So be sure to let me know your wellness wins, guys. Claire, drop me 3 wellness wins. Rob, 3 wellness wins. Lindsay's shared hers. So come on, guys, think of 3 things over the last week that have either been something to be grateful for, something that has taken you out of a comfort zone and you've grown from it, or something that you just want to shout out about. Be great to hear from you. I didn't pour a drink tonight. I'm getting really thirsty. But at least I got the computer working. Anyone that's been watching the last couple of weeks has seen that I've had to do it from my phone. So, because Facebook went a bit pear-shaped on the go lives. So, they're back to normal tonight, so that's handy. It's a big week for us next week. We have got Sport England down on Tuesday at the Happy Hubby at Eastgate Shopping Centre. They're coming in for a visit, so that'll be great to see them guys and showcase what we're doing. We've received funding from them through a pot of money that they gave to Essex. So yeah, it'll be really great to introduce them to new member of staff that we've taken on as well from that funding. So yeah, good stuff for us next week. So, share your 3 wellness wins. Have I got anyone that wants to do it this week? Or am I going to get messages later? Sometimes on a Sunday evening, when people have been too shy to message on here, I get the messages after, and that's cool if you want to do that too. But it is really important to always consider, I think even on a daily, 3 things that you're grateful for. 3 things that happened that were positive in your day. If you can try and find those 3 things, it's scientifically been proven to rewire your brain to lean towards a more positive outlook in life. So it's well worth doing. Okie dokes. Right, well then it's time for my cards. Let me grab my cards. Grab them without dropping them all. Right, Rob has said number 1 of his wellness wins was doing Saturday's gig. Sorry, teeth in. Number 2 was today's curry with the band crew. And 3, and a stack of birthday cards. So when is it your birthday? I thought it was tomorrow, Rob. Is it today? Is today the actual day of your birthday? Let me know. Claire's wellness wins. I got out of bed, brushed my hair and opened my curtains. That's a massive one. Well done, Claire. I'm grateful that my children love me for who I am. Well done, Claire. Excellent. It can be really hard sometimes to get out of bed and open those curtains. I've been there myself. I know that many of our people that support Motivated Minds and have struggled with that, and it is something to be really proud of, because staying in bed and not looking after ourselves feels so safe. So to get up and fight that, it is a hell of a fight. But I'm so proud you've done it, Claire. That's brilliant. Rob has confirmed his birthday is tomorrow. So we will be singing you happy birthday tomorrow, Rob. But that's awesome that you've had a great weekend. There you go. There's some love from Claire, Rob. You're getting love now from everyone. He's 21 tomorrow. Is that right, Rob? How old are you tomorrow? What's your perfect age? I haven't gone over 21 for a very long time. I know some people, we was talking about it the other day at work, and we were saying about some people would like to be 24 or 27 and just stay at that age. Okay, I'm going to flick through these cards. These are our ever popular affirmator cards. They are very beautiful as well. A few of our friends use these. So I will stop. Where will I stop? I'm going to stop there. And let's read this next comment. 21 again. Yes, he's put his real age up, but definitely 21 again. Okay, so tonight's one. Well, actually, I think we've done that one, so I'm going to go. This is a good one because it's a car wrapped as a present. So this could be Rob's one. Let's read it out. Good things to come. There are so many amazing gifts coming my way. I can't see them now because I respect the general convention of not peeking under the wrapping paper, but they will show up when the time is just right, and that's when I'll remember how much fun it is to be surprised. There you go, my guys. That is your affirmator for this week. Good things are going to come. Okay? Good things are going to come. Got to be patient. Not my strongest point. I can imagine that moment Lindsay is wetting herself with laughter because I'm not the most patient person. But good things will come, Lindsay. Lindsay has said Rob will give you the bumps in the shop tomorrow. Right, so that's our affirmators. I usually drop this box and they all fall over the floor, but what a beautiful box. We sell them in shop as well. So if you work with kids or do something with adults, they're great. These ones we actually have stuck all over the shop, the Empowering Question ones. Someone bought these off of our Amazon wish list for us, and that's why we how we got them in the first place, and we realised how fantastic they were. So Lindsay has just said that I know her so well. Yes, I do. Okay, I think we've had something similar to that one recently. Oh, okay. Is there something I should let go of to be able to move forward? I'm sure we've all got something there in our guts or in our heads that is holding us back. What would be mine? I think my self-doubt is still holds me back sometimes. Is there something I should let go of to move forward? Self-doubt, self-worth sometimes weigh me down more than I would like, and I feel uncomfortable in certain situations where I just do anything to avoid it. But I know that if I was to face my fear and work through it, I would be okay. I just haven't sometimes got the mental strength to do that. Sometimes I struggle myself with that. So I can put things in the way So is there something, so have a ponder on that yourself. Is there something that you could let go of that would help you move forward? Interesting question. I like that one. It's not an easy one to answer, but I do like it. The beautiful Lucy has just joined us tonight from Essex Fit Mums. If anyone is in the Basildon area and looking to get fit, Lucy is your lady. Doing several classes at Kingswood Gym and doing her own ones through Essex Fit Mums, where you can take your children as well, so it hasn't got to be a barrier. So some brilliant work there with Lucy. Right, we're now on our stress less cards. Ooh, upside down. There you go. These are always the most popular when I say to you guys about doing them. You love these because stress is, so many people are suffering with stress. We are living, just get back under my blanket, in a 24-hour society now where just everything is going on all the time. So whether it's our phones, our bosses can get us out of work. So you might work 9 to 5, but if your phone goes off at 8:30 or 7 o'clock with your text, with emails going off at 9 o'clock at night when you're trying to rest. So society is very much full on all the time now. Even parents are telling me that they get sent alerts about children's homework in the evening, and just everyone can get hold of you. So don't be afraid that when your family are all home that you turn your phones off and or put them all on silent and just put them to one side so you can just relax and not be constantly attached to the rest of the world going on out there, because it does affect our stress levels. Christ almighty, if I was part of a WhatsApp group or a student, like a parents group, sending me messages to say my children need to do this, this, this and this by tomorrow, I don't know how I would feel. I mean, none of that was around the best part of sort of 15 years ago when my boys started school. But the amount of pressure we're all under, where we're trying to please everyone these days, and you've got to look after yourselves. It's so important. So sometimes by unplugging from the world for a couple of hours is really important. And I think from sort of when you get in from work that you should be able to do that. Right, okay. Claire's very excited about our stress less. So I bet there's a lot of you are. Okay, see how you speak to yourself. Close your eyes. Listen to your thoughts speaking to you, i.e. how you speak to yourself. If your inner talk is negative, like how bad you are, or criticising, or wrong belief, it takes a lot of strength. Listen to your inner voice like a radio. Don't get caught up in particular thought or take it to any next level. Just observe them. When you don't identify with your thoughts, they can't take control over you or take any of your strength. When you can let yourself loose from the power of thought, you will experience present moment and it reduces stress. It's very true. So a lot of the time, first of all, let's go back a few steps. It's believed we have about 80,000 thoughts a day, depending on what book you read. Anything from 50,000 to 80,000, 90,000. But a lot of people struggle with a very large percentage of those thoughts being negative. So if we've got these negative thoughts that say we're not good enough, we can't do this, we can't do that, what's the point in trying, there are millions of thoughts, let's face it, all criticising. If we could imagine our best friend sitting on our other shoulder that would then turn around and say, oh, that's a load of rubbish, yeah, and talk to us nicely. Because our best friends, hopefully, if we've all got best friends or someone that loves us, they would rationalise that actually that's a rubbish thought, and you're not like that. The trouble is we tend to believe these negative thoughts, and we can get into a broken record where we answer them, we take them on board, we act them out in our behaviours. So it's really important that we recognise our negative thoughts, and we don't have to row with them, we don't have to fight them, but as that card said, just imagine it like a radio, and let it go. It's there, it is what it is. Find affirmators to reaffirm who you are, and to start building that voice muscle up, the positive voice muscle. If in doubt, don't ever be afraid to say to a friend, I'm really struggling at the moment. I remember more than a couple of months ago now, I said to a friend, I know it's an irrational thought, but my brain keeps telling me that you're only my friend because of da 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 da. And I said, I know it's irrational, but I'm really struggling with this at the moment. And I said that someone had been quite toxic in my life, planted the seed that this friend didn't really like me, they were just faking it. And it took all the strength I had to be as open and honest with her about that. And she literally grabbed me and hugged me and said, no, of course not, like, I love you, you're awesome. And I was so proud that I found strength. I don't usually do that to people. I don't usually let them into that level. I usually then just push people away. But for her, she was too important to me to push away. I didn't want to push her away. So I opened up what my head was building up, and I'm so proud I did, because it really did take a lot of strength from me. And we obviously have the best friendship. I'm super lucky, but it is important that we don't let those negative thoughts rule our life, because if the thoughts rule our lives, our behaviours will, and we'll push people away, or we won't try these new things, or we will shut ourselves away. And life only gets better by taking a chance, by stepping out of our comfort zones, and by pushing forward. So that's what I've learned. Claire has just said her inner voice is a pain too. So sometimes, I don't know whether it'd help, but write down some of your negative voices and then look at how you can switch them to a positive. And as I said earlier in the video, I love the word yet. So if your brain is saying, oh, you can't do this or you can't do that, just go, negative thought, but I'm going to throw a yet bomb at you. Yeah, you're right, I can't do that, but it's yet. So I hope that will help some of you guys. The lovely Shane has just joined us and has said hello. Good evening, Shane, how are you? Guys, if any of you want to drop your three ways, your three wellness wins this week, I've got a little bit of time to read them out. So big thanks to Shane this week. He couldn't go to tennis, so he nipped to the Happy Hub on Saturday to help us. So it's fantastic help, and he even made some certificates that said the Happy Hub was the best place in the world. So it's greatly appreciated. we're very, very lucky to have our base of operations in Eastgate Shopping Centre and have such a wonderful happy hub. It always amazes me that the minute I ask children, what do you think we do in the happy hub, they go, make people happy. And adults stare at me blankly going, I don't know what you do. So I love that children get it. We've got such a positive, vibrant environment down there. If anyone does ever want to pop in and just see what's going on, please do. So it's Sunday, it's the 1st of March. Be looking up, I haven't looked up this month's kindness what's it, Action for Happiness calendar, but I'll be doing that a bit later. But the Action for Happiness calendar is a fantastic calendar. I think it's probably Mindful March or something like that, and it has a different action, positive action to do every day for the month of March. So it's well worth having a look. It'll be all over social media, I'm sure, somewhere, but if you just Google it, I'll certainly be putting it up on our social media, if not tonight, tomorrow. It depends how my messaging goes after our Empower Hour, how many of you want to chat. So, future things to come and take part of in March. What have we got? Lindsay is doing swimathon at the end of the month. As part of our personal challenges, so she's signed up to that, so we're going to be supporting her at Sporting Village. We've got, what else have we got? We've got our bowling night on the 11th of March, and it's one of our junior motivators' birthdays, so that'll be a doubly fun night. Can't wait for that. We are going to be moving hub at the end of March, so we are looking for anyone that can come and help us with the move and the decorating, because we're moving into a shop that is humongous, that will give us, we've got it for the next, well, minimum of 3 years, so it will be great to be in there and be able to offer so much more. And it's so big that there are different sections, so we can have multiple stuff going on. So really looking forward to that. So if there's any companies out there that have got a corporate social responsibility plan, whether that's letting staff volunteer for the day or a pot of money or whatever it is, please do let us know. That would be fantastic. So what else have we got going on? I don't think anything else stands out as a one-off. We've obviously got excuse me, our 20 programs each week. As I said earlier, everything from our men's group to our Cup of Kindness, Well Youth Clubs, Well Kids Clubs, arts and crafts, loads of stuff going on. And we also have our Empower Me lending library, which I'm going to extend to DVDs as well, because from this week's Cup of Kindness we was talking about films that shifted our mindset or were really powerful and got us. So we're going to be digging out some DVDs for you guys to borrow. I know one of my favourites has always been Pay It Forward. I love that film, as well as One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Two fantastic films there that if you haven't seen them, I really do recommend them. And Inside Out, actually. We sell that in the shop. So we're going to be adding them to our Empower Me lending library. We've got the books, but now adding some videos in. Lovely Claire is saying good night to everyone. Good night, Claire. See you next week at 8, hopefully. If not, if you're around in the week and you want to pop down to the shop or you want to message us, please do so. Guys, that's it for the hour. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you find it useful. If there's anything that you'd like to like me to do to shape Empower Hour, whether it's whatever it is, whether it's more questions, more cards, more psychology stuff, more positive psychology stuff, recommended reads, whatever, let me know, and I'll embed it in. But for now, I will see you next Sunday at 8 o'clock, if not before, where again we'll have that chance to open up the conversation around mental health and well-being. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining in, and I will see you soon. Have an awesome week. Bye.